Man, are y'all ready to jump into this conversation? Let's do the dang thing. All right, good morning, family. All right, let me tell you about a conversation that, quite honestly, I will never forget. It was years ago. I was sitting at a kitchen table across from someone I deeply loved, the kind of person whose voice was stitched into my childhood. We weren't shouting, we weren't angry, but we weren't connecting either. And at one point, I paused and I looked at them and I asked, do you actually want to understand me, or do you just want me to surrender? Now, quite honestly, they didn't answer the question. And it's not because they didn't care, it's because they honestly didn't know the difference. And in that moment, I realized something that changed how I approach every hard conversation now. See, disagreement doesn't destroy relationships. Often, it's ego that does it. And sometimes the loudest ego in the room is the one wearing my face. And that's why we're here today, because some of us have walked away from conversations with people we love, not because we didn't care, but because we were carrying too much pain to make it productive. Some of us know what it feels like to win the argument, but lose the connection. Some of us know the exhaustion of performing knowledge when what we really needed was a little more kindness. And maybe, just maybe, you're here this weekend not just to understand others better, but to actually make peace with the parts of you that still need to be right in order to feel worthy. Would you pause and sit in that for a moment? Am I talking to anybody out there? And forgive me for the preacher language, it is who I am. But is there anybody out there that says, damn, that resonates with me? Maybe that is what I've been dealing with sometimes. Maybe that's what makes disagreement so difficult for me. Maybe that's why it's so uncomfortable. Maybe that's why the tension literally makes my skin crawl, because an attack on oh goodness gracious, an attack on what I think might be an attack on my sense of worth. So maybe I've connected being right with being worthy. Oh my goodness. Damn, this is still the intro. We're still in the intro, but I feel like there's something here, because I feel like this is something I definitely struggled with prior to deconverting. This is something I definitely think that I've seen other people deal with, is that it ain't even really that I care about being right or wrong. It's the fact that, if I'm not right, am I still worthy? And that's a real struggle for a lot of people. That's why I'm so glad we're having these conversations. Listen, if y'all are enjoying this already, go ahead and drop some fire in the chat. But that's why we're having these type of conversations, because there's often a lot more going on than just what's being said. There's often a lot more going on than just what meets the eye. Sometimes it's not that I want to feel right, I just want to feel worthy. And so one of the things that I had to deconstruct while I was deconverting is that, watch this, it's okay to be wrong. So I am absolutely comfortable with being wrong. As a matter of fact, and I think some of y'all have noticed that as I've gotten hyper-focused on content, I've also gotten hyper-focused on productivity. And so I think one of the things that you will realize, the closer you get to me, the more comfortable you got to get with being wrong. Because watch this, for me, it's an assumption. For me, it's assumption. It's my educated guess. My educated guess is that you're going to be wrong more than you're going to be right. And I'm okay with that. And I need you to be okay with that. Oh my goodness, this is some good teaching, because I need you to understand. Damn, I didn't mean to say teaching. This is good conversation, y'all, because I don't need you to be in the place where someone says, oh, well, you got it wrong, so now you must not be worthy. No, I need you to be comfortable. No, I'm gonna get it wrong 9 times out of 10. And the truth of the matter, this is just something I've learned from organizational development. I actually need you to be wrong more than you're right, because that's how we get to the good ideas. Many times, like even if someone come up to me with an idea, the first idea is almost always a no in my head, because I need to hear 10 other ideas to compare that bad boy to. Many times we have to move away, separate, disassociate even from this idea that my rightness or my wrongness has anything to do with my value or my sense of self as a human being. I could be wrong all damn day long, but I'm still worthy. Hell, damn, that was good. All right, y'all. All right. So this is still the intro. I'm not even supposed to be going this hard yet. So today, this is the intro. I see y'all in the chat. I love y'all, man. So today, as we are closing out our disagreement therapy series, we're talking about something deeper than debate strategy. We're talking about how to rise through emotional maturity and intellectual humility, especially with the conversations with the people that you care about. These conversations aren't the conversations we're having about the flat earth. These aren't the conversations that we're having about whether there was a woman who gave birth and as a virgin, and the kid died and was crucified and was resurrected. No, nobody's talking about facts. What we're talking about are the conversations you're having with the people you love. Today we're talking about the kind of maturity that can pause you, that can make you pause mid-sentence to ask, what do I really want out of this conversation? The kind of humility that can say, I could be wrong and I'm okay with that. And maybe most important, the kind of courage it takes to stop trying to win every conversation and start trying to build something with the people we say we care about. So if you've ever walked away from a disagreement wondering if there was a better way, this conversation today is for you. If you've ever been told that humility means weakness or silence, baby, this conversation is for you. And if you're ready to stop throwing words like weapons and start using them like bridges, this session is yours. And before we even dive into the conversation, I want to invite you to name the moment you're walking into this with. Name the moment, because I know some of us are arriving with bruises. Some of us are carrying conversations that didn't end well. Some of us have been quiet too long, and others have probably said a little too much. So here's the question I want you to drop in the chat right now or in the comments if you're watching this later. What's one conversation that left a mark? Maybe it taught you something. Maybe it broke something. Maybe it opened your eyes. Whatever it was, you're here because it mattered. This conversation got your attention because of some conversations in your life that mattered. So name that moment and let it guide your posture today. If you've ever walked away from a conversation and said, that didn't go how I wanted it to go, if there's something you wish you could say but haven't found the words for yet, or if you're ready to build better conversations starting the day, then this isn't just a talk. This is therapy. This is practice. This is real. Let's keep the chat active. Let's be human. And most importantly, let's be humble. And if you didn't know already, that's actually the name of today's conversation. Be humble.
Just getting started up, and I tell you, I've done it on empty.